Alright, welcome back. Expressed and implied powers of Congress. Alright, so what better way to start our discussion of Congress than just by laying out their powers again? So a lot of this is review from the first unit. So we start with what's the main power of the legislative branch. They do have several others, but ultimately their main job or their main power is to make laws. We could also say that that means to create public policy. So they make laws, they create public policy. Okay, so at this point we should be familiar with Article 1, Section 8. We know that it lists the expressed powers or the enumerated powers of Congress. So it says specifically, Congress shall have the power to, and a whole bunch of things. There are 6 things that we are listing here. There are others. These are among the more important ones. They pass a federal budget, so that kind of includes the spending power that you see on the right-hand side. So they're able to tax to raise money. So basically they can raise money and spend money. And if they can't get all the money they need through taxes, they're allowed to borrow money. They can also coin money. This fifth one is really, really important. They can declare war. That's going to be something we'll focus on later in the unit when we get the president involved. So they declare war and maintain armed forces. And we spent a lot of time on this one in Unit 1, so we already know that they regulate interstate commerce and how that has grown and expanded their power dramatically. The last one in Article 1, Section 8 is the Necessary and Proper Clause. Again, we've spoken about this in Unit 1 as well. Congress has implied powers, but remember those are limited. They can't do anything they think is necessary and proper. It must be related to their expressed powers. So Congress has implied powers that they can use to carry out their expressed powers. So again, and just another review here with implied powers, and then a little bit more detail of how it's been used in practice. Congress can make laws in areas not expressly stated in the Constitution. So they were able to make a national bank. Why could they make a national bank? Well, because the Supreme Court was convinced that that was related to some of their express powers, namely coining money, borrowing money, taxing. They felt that it would be reasonable that Congress create a national bank to facilitate those things. So the result of implied powers and the Necessary and Proper Clause, you see here at the second bullet point, has allowed Congress to enact legislation addressing a wide range of economic, environmental, and social issues. So they have made laws on lots and lots and lots of different things that they have no expressed power over, but because they fall under that umbrella of implied powers through the Necessary and Proper Clause, Congress has been able to, again, greatly expand their power. Alright, don't forget, subscribe. If this video is going to help you at all, hit that like button for me. This has been a LaMoney production.